4 elements govern our lives: time, words, opportunities, and actions. Use time wisely, for it ticks away relentlessly. Choose words with care, for they can uplift or wound. Seize opportunities, for they are fleeting. And let your actions reflect your values, for they shape your destiny. When they whisper ill of you in the shadows, know that you are casting a long shadow. We are gifted with 2 existences, the one we live, and the one we awaken to when we understand life's brevity. The greatest folly is to ignore our own growth while we busy ourselves with the lives of others. Before plotting revenge, prepare 2 resting places, for vengeance is a journey that often ends in self-destruction. Defeat is a teacher with countless lessons, while victory offers but a single insight. Dwelling in depression anchors us to the past, anxiety propels us into an unformed future, but peace anchors us in the now. The longest trek commences with a solitary stride, reminding us that progress is made one step at a time. We strive to convince others of our happiness, often working harder to persuade ourselves. Health craves a multitude of desires, while illness simplifies our wants to a single need. Purify your mind, and your actions will follow, for a clear conscience is the wellspring of righteous deeds. Both the man who believes in his capabilities and the one who doubts them will find their beliefs confirmed. Embrace learning as if you are forever hungry for knowledge, and guard it as if it were a treasure you fear to lose. Refrain from casting stones at your neighbor's misfortunes when your own hands are not clean. Hatred is a sign of defeat, for it concedes power to those who provoke it. It is a greater dishonor to doubt our friends than to be betrayed by them. Show strength in vulnerability, and vulnerability in strength. The one who praises you insincerely is your foe, while the one who reveals your flaws is your true ally. To know what is right and yet hesitate to act is the ultimate betrayal of one's conscience. The transformation that the caterpillar views as its end is celebrated by the world as the birth of a butterfly. A person who tries to walk 2 paths simultaneously will find themselves lost and directionless. Contentment with one's situation is true wealth, for it brings peace that no amount of riches can buy. The noble individual wields possessions with purpose, while the lesser individual is controlled and defined by them. A leader guides by demonstrating the way, not by imposing it through coercion. Even the sharpest blade, when submerged in salt water, will succumb to corrosion over time. Human nature, left unchecked, tends towards vice, and virtue is the product of deliberate effort. Amidst turmoil and disorder, there are seeds of opportunity waiting to be sown. To guide others, one must first follow in their footsteps. When anger flares, pause to consider the repercussions of your actions. To truly understand your adversary, you must see the world through their eyes. If you find yourself the most intelligent in the room, it may be time to seek out more challenging company. Opportunities grow exponentially when they are seized and acted upon. Release the relentless desire for acquisition, and find freedom in simplicity. Often, those who bring laughter to others carry the heaviest burdens within. By relinquishing what I am, I open the door to what I can become. The endeavor to shift a mountain starts with the removal of small stones, teaching us that great tasks are accomplished through persistent effort. Before engaging in conflict, one must weigh the potential costs and consequences. The seemingly weak can overcome the rigid and strong through resilience and strategy. Be so subtle in your actions that you become formless, so mysterious that you are silent, and in this way, you can shape the destiny of your adversaries. Truth is often unpalatable, and pleasant words are frequently false. The ancients praised the warrior who not only emerged victorious, but did so with grace and ease. To live for the approval of others is to become enslaved by their opinions. In ancient times, people spoke sparingly, viewing it as a disgrace to not live up to their words. Self-belief is the cornerstone of personal power and achievement. Nothing is softer or more adaptable than water, yet it possesses an indomitable force when resisted. He who claims to have all the answers has not been confronted with all the questions. A willing mind can propel the body to endure and achieve without the need for many external resources. Be mindful of your thoughts, for they will shape your words, actions, habits, character, and ultimately, your destiny. Significant outcomes can be realized through the application of modest means. The wise individual steers clear of extremes, finding balance in all things. Truly great is the person who retains their innocence and wonder throughout life. We are more receptive to advice in small doses but tend to give it out generously. Take time to think and consider before making any move. Knowledgeable individuals are often more challenging to manage and direct. If one's words do not improve upon silence, it is better to remain silent. The pinnacle of excellence is not winning every battle, but rather conquering the enemy without the need for conflict. Nature does not rush, yet it completes all that it sets out to do. Treat others as you would wish to be treated, avoiding actions you would find objectionable if done to you. Justice may take time, but it is thorough in its execution. From the moment of birth, man is marching towards death. To understand and shape the future, one must study and learn from the past. Loving a friend is a simple matter, but learning to love one's enemy is a challenging lesson indeed. Knowledge is a precious treasure, and practice is the key that unlocks its full potential. Bad habits can only be conquered in the present moment, not deferred to some future time. Those who truly know, do not speak. Those who speak, do not truly know. Trust is not easily given to those who have nothing to lose, for they may act recklessly. Choose a job that you love, and you will never feel like you are working. Prepare for challenges when they are still simple to handle, and undertake great tasks while they are still manageable. Those who talk excessively often find themselves on the path to failure. Life, in its essence, is straightforward, yet we complicate it with our own doing. Spreading resources too thinly will result in overall weakness. Life unfolds through a succession of natural and spontaneous changes. Resisting them only leads to sorrow. Accept reality as it is and let things progress naturally. Focus on the future, for the past cannot be altered. An enemy is often a friend who has gained too much insight into your vulnerabilities. Triumph over others may bring power, but conquering oneself leads to fearlessness. Providing a man with a bowl of rice sustains him for a day, but teaching him to cultivate rice ensures his survival. Disorder emerges from order, fear from courage, and weakness from strength. Seeking may lead to loss, while not seeking may bring unexpected findings. The pace of progress is irrelevant as long as one does not cease moving forward. A skilled artist does not compromise his standards to accommodate an inept craftsman. Be cautious of sweetness that may be laced with poison, and of the fly that rests upon a dead snake. A man can perish easily from an excessive will to survive. One who is unaware of the horrors of war cannot fully appreciate its advantages. Time is a construct, and claiming a lack of it is akin to expressing a lack of willingness. A noble individual takes responsibility for their actions, while a lesser individual blames others. In warfare, as in the nature of water, there are no unchanging circumstances. Overfilling your bowl will cause it to spill, and constantly sharpening your knife will dull its edge. Friends are the brothers and sisters that fate has not granted us by birth. It is more effective to light a single candle than to lament the darkness. Every creature with blood and horns will defend itself when threatened. The person who possesses knowledge but feigns ignorance is wise. The one who lacks knowledge but pretends to be knowledgeable is foolish. Telling me information may lead to my forgetting, showing me may lead to my remembering, but involving me will ensure my understanding. Worrying about others' opinions enslaves you to their judgments. Accomplishing a task is akin to digging a well. Depth alone does not guarantee success if the well remains dry. Both loss and profit are fluid. One can transform into the other. The conscience that discerns right from wrong is the seed of wisdom. Excessive desire is the greatest crime, discontent the worst disaster, and covetousness the most unfortunate state. Confront the evil within yourself before pointing out the evil in others. Be mindful of your thoughts, for they are the precursors to your actions. Complaining about a misfortune only compounds it, while laughing at it can dissolve its power. Forgiveness elevates you above those who have wronged you. We learn wisdom through reflection, imitation, and experience, each with its own value and cost. Truth is not always pleasing to the ear, nor are beautiful words always true. People are often distressed by their perceived inability to act, but the real issue is simply that they do not take action. Allowing someone to control your anger gives them power over you. Find contentment in what you have and joy in the present state of things. Recognizing that you lack nothing opens the world to you. Roads are built for the journey itself, not just the endpoints. Never utter, never, for time flies and change is constant. Your life is a reflection of your thoughts. We grow through loss and diminish through gain. No matter how occupied you believe you are, make time for reading, or you choose ignorance. Liberating myself from my current self allows me to become who I am meant to be. Happiness is being understood. Greater happiness is being loved, but true happiness is loving. Temperance is the initial step on the path of virtue, leading to moral perfection. Sometimes, despite seeing much, we fail to notice the most crucial aspect. The snow goose does not need a bath to be white. Similarly, you need not do anything but be yourself. A wise person is one who is aware of what they do not know. Respect yourself, and others will follow suit. If you lack faith, existence itself will not have faith in you. What is considered evil at one time can become good at another time for someone else. I have 3 simple teachings: simplicity, patience, and compassion. These are your most valuable assets. Being deeply loved by someone gives you strength, while loving someone deeply gives you courage. The path is close at hand, yet people search for it in distant and complex places. New beginnings often appear as painful endings. Forget the injuries you've received, but never forget the kindness shown to you. The unwilling soul sees what is hidden, while the ever-desiring soul sees only what it wishes to see. Beauty exists in everything, but not everyone has the eyes to see it. The path of truth is like a wide road. It is not hard to find. The problem is that people do not seek it out. A man should never be without shame, for the absence of shame is the ultimate shame. Bend to stay straight, empty to remain full, and wear out to stay fresh. The man who tries to catch 2 rabbits at once will end up with none. Health is the most precious possession, contentment the greatest treasure, and confidence the most reliable friend. A trail through the mountains becomes a path with use, but if neglected, it quickly becomes overgrown with grass. It is simple to harbor hate, but it is challenging to cultivate love. This is the nature of things. Good deeds require effort, while bad deeds come easily. Learning without contemplation is a wasted effort, and thinking without learning can be dangerous. Strive to treat others as you would wish to be treated, and you will discover the most direct path to kindness. Success and failure are equally perilous, as are hope and fear when devoid of substance. Individuals of high moral character do not boast of their morality, and it is this humility that elevates them to the highest moral ground. Failing to correct a mistake is, in itself, a mistake. A wise person who seeks to rise above others will first lower themselves. Wanting to lead, they will follow. The person who offends you takes away your negative energy and replaces it with their positive energy. What is a good person but a teacher to the bad? What is a bad person but a challenge for the good? Learn as if you are unsure of reaching your goal, and as if you fear missing it. Prolonged solitude can lead to acceptance of loneliness, and fear of solitude can prevent you from realizing your full potential. Opening a book is always an opportunity to learn something new. An extended absence of sexual activity can lead to neurotic behavior. Staying true to yourself, without the need to compare or compete, will earn you universal respect. If someone intends to greatly offend you, it reflects worse on them than on you. A man with external courage is willing to face death, but a man with internal courage is willing to face life. Our greatest achievement is not in avoiding failure, but in recovering from it each time we fall. A great man focuses on what is essential and disregards the trivial. He acts with honesty but does not rely on laws. Do not fret over being unknown. Instead, strive to be someone worthy of recognition. If you are unafraid of death, there is no goal you cannot pursue. A superior man is modest in his words but surpasses expectations in his deeds. One who rushes into business with haste to achieve quick results will accomplish nothing. However, the one who completes their work with the same care as they started will not fail. The person who asks a question may feel foolish for a moment, but the one who refrains from asking remains ignorant forever. The less frequently you engage in sexual activity, the less you may desire it. Revealing the truth before its time is always perilous. When true virtue is abandoned, good nature takes its place. When good nature is lost, justice steps in, and when justice is abandoned, decency remains. The rules of decency are merely a facade of truth and the source of all chaos. Without persistent and dedicated effort, there can be no remarkable achievement. Acknowledging your own insignificance is a source of strength. Friendship is the union of two minds in separate bodies. He who understands his limits is content with his position. Excessive pride leads to disaster for a person. Sometimes, to achieve victory, you must be willing to compromise, and sometimes, staying humble leads to success.
Thank you for listening, everyone. Please hit the subscribe button and turn on notifications to receive great videos every day from the Quotes of Stoic channel. Goodbye and see you again.